Hey cricket fans, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the highly anticipated Cricket 24 game. After all the hype, I finally got the chance to play, but let me tell you, it's not all sunshine and sixes. In this video, we're going to cover all the major issues with the game that you might not have heard about yet, from performance glitches to weird commentary, missing features, and some gameplay issues. Let's dive into it. First up, let's address the big issue, the performance problems. On paper, Cricket 24 looks like it's going to blow us away with its visuals. But in practice, the game has some serious frame rate issues. Players are reporting everything from lag spikes to stuttering, and yes, even crashes. It doesn't matter if you're on an older console or a mid-tier PC, you'll probably experience some form of performance drop. It's frustrating when you're in the middle of a tense match and suddenly the game freezes or the frame rate drops. Moving on to the AI issues, this is a big one. The AI in Cricket 24 can be all over the place. One moment, it's playing like a seasoned pro, and the next, it's making rookie mistakes. Whether it's batting, fielding, or bowling, the AI seems inconsistent, leading to moments where the game either feels too easy or unfairly challenging. Some players have even reported bizarre fielding choices, where the AI completely misses the ball, despite being in perfect position. And don't get me started on the batting mechanics. You'd think that after all these years of cricket games, we'd have a near-perfect batting system, right? Unfortunately, Cricket 24's batting feels really inconsistent. Sometimes you can hit the perfect shot, but the ball goes in the wrong direction. Other times, you'll time a shot perfectly and end up getting out for no reason. The input timing just doesn't always match up with the outcome, and that makes for a frustrating experience. Next, we need to talk about the animations. Sure, the game looks fantastic in some areas, but the animations? Not so much. Player movements, especially when running or fielding, feel stiff and unnatural. Whether it's a player running down the pitch or trying to dive for a catch, it can look awkward and out of place. These small things can break your immersion in the game, and it's hard to ignore once you spot them. And now, let's get into one of the most glaring issues: the incorrect commentary. We all know commentary is a huge part of the cricket experience, but in Cricket 24, it feels way off. For example, when a bowler delivers a wide ball outside the off stump, you might expect the commentator to say something like, "That's a wide delivery," or "The bowler strayed offline." Instead, you'll hear, "Very good ball." It's frustrating when the commentary gets it completely wrong, especially in situations like this. It makes the whole experience feel disconnected, and you start to wonder if the commentators are even watching the game. Now, let's talk about a major disappointment for fans of modern cricket: the lack of franchise leagues. In recent years, we've seen the rise of leagues like the Lanka Premier League, LPL, Abu Dhabi T10, and others. These leagues have brought fresh excitement to the sport, but Cricket 24 has failed to include them in the game. For a title that aims to be the definitive cricket simulator, it's a huge missed opportunity. Whether you're a fan of T20 leagues or you're just into franchise-based cricket, this omission is a big letdown. The game doesn't feature these leagues, meaning no LPL, no Abu Dhabi T10, and definitely no chance to play as your favorite team in these competitions. And here's another issue that's been bugging players: players taking catches over the boundary line. It's a major gameplay bug that messes up the realism of the game. In some situations, fielders will jump for a catch near the boundary line and end up catching the ball outside the field of play, over the ropes, and still be declared in. This feels like a basic error that should have been fixed before the game was released, and it takes away from the immersion. It can be very confusing and frustrating, especially if it happens at a critical moment. Another frustrating issue is incorrect third umpire decisions. Throughout your gameplay, you'll notice that the third umpire calls are often completely wrong. Whether it's a tight run out, a stumping, or a controversial catch, you might be expecting a decision based on clear evidence, but the umpire's call doesn't match. We've seen instances where technology clearly shows a player out, but the third umpire declares them safe. And the opposite happens too. Players get given out despite being clearly in. These incorrect decisions And here's something else a lot of people are talking about: missing features. Despite all the hype, Cricket 24 feels a bit bare bones in some areas. Many fans were expecting new modes, deeper player customization, and a more immersive experience. But sadly, the game feels like it's missing some of the essentials. Even something as basic as the player commentary is repetitive and gets boring quickly. Now, let's talk about online multiplayer. If you're into online cricket, be prepared for frustration. Connection issues, lag during matches, and inconsistent matchmaking plague this mode. It's hard to enjoy an online match when you're dealing with constant delays or getting booted out due to server issues. It's not the smooth experience we were hoping for. So, with all of these issues, is Cricket 24 still worth it? Well, that really depends on what you're looking for. If you're a hardcore fan of the cricket genre, you might still find some enjoyment here, but be prepared for a lot of technical hiccups. However, if you're expecting a polished, seamless cricket experience, you might want to wait for a few updates or patches to fix these problems. So, those are the major issues I've encountered in Cricket 24. But what about you? Have you experienced any of these problems, or are there other issues you've noticed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. We'll be back soon with more reviews and hopefully some better news about Cricket 24. Again, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.